Okay, so what's the question, Steve?
The question, Steve, is from a band called Arlo Tar. That's a cool name.
It is a cool name.
T-A-R-R. Arlo Tar. Do you know where they're from?
Absolutely not.
If you happen to watch this, tell us where you're from. Instagram.
Yes.
What songs or specific parts of songs really bring out a feeling for you guys? Maybe dig into how the engineer achieved that feeling. Stoked to watch your podcast.
That's sick.
Me too. I'm stoked to watch the podcast. Me too. It's going to be amazing. Hi, Mom.
That's a good question.
So maybe it's more than songs. What parts of songs is it to me? Because then we're not just naming song titles. Like,
no.
What about a song brings out the feels for you? I'll go. I got one.
Yeah, go first.
First thing that popped in my head. I love, as we know, old stuff. I love a vinyl record from back in the day. It's
You're old.
Some cool. I am. I think I'm like literally the same age as you.
How's your back?
It's good today.
Okay.
But it's not raining. So
okay. Good. The plates, eh?
That's right. The plates are all firmed up. So it's cool on some of these old things, and it's cool to me, things that got through back in the day that we probably would have fixed today. And so those for me are often the things that get me excited. And it's when a singer, she's singing along, she gets to the big chorus and she overshoots the first note of the chorus pitch-wise.
Okay.
She goes a little sharp and it's just amazing to me. Or the band speeds up a little bit. We talked about that a couple weeks ago. The band speeds up a little bit because they got excited. Yeah. And they're all playing together and there's no click. And so it's sometimes for me, I get excited about flaws. I get excited about they're really singing. They got to take a breath in fast, and it didn't get edited out because that's what happened on the one take or something. So a lot of times for me, flaws is a short answer. Out of tune singing to me in classic rock or older songs to me, classic rock when the singer's just sweating and goes out of tune on a note because like that's awesome.
Yeah, like for me, it's something that's not planned.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Little flaws.
Little flaws, even without any flaws, but something that is just, we weren't supposed to do it this way, but man, that turned out pretty good. Look at that. So this is when you get like lots of feel when it's not predictable.
Yes.
Wrong,
like a guitar solo where they flat a note because they were just so,
or just by bending the chords, like there's something happened,
Or the amp got bumped and it made a thing, like that stuff, right? Like,
and what about if we look at music arrangement, what excites you?
I love
or as an engineer,
I like my favorite part of most songs, modern songs. Weird, I don't think I've ever said this out loud. I love the second verse. Nice. There's something so cool to me about a second verse in modern music where you've done the first chorus, you're settled in, and then the drums fill in and they appear with the or the groove happens or everything disappears. Or the drums disappear for the second verse, and it's just something else, and you're getting back to that second chorus. Like that, to me,
that's good. That's very good.
And then the second half of the second verse, where something else does something, and then you're back on the journey. Like that, that's my jam.
Yeah. For me, it's the transition between that second verse and the chorus.
Yeah.
All the different elements that is added to that second chorus. And then there's the bridge too. But but that second chorus, the transition, there's something there, or build up.
Yeah, that's where the engineer starts unmuting everything. Yes, right? Like that. Or the arrangers unmuting everything in their head. And all those other guitars appear.
Yeah.
And like this.
And there's songs where the arrangement is different as far as the structure goes. There's an old song by Coldplay called Politic.
Yeah.
It's such a great song. It's one of my favorite out of Coldplay. It's not even the radio hits at all. But man, you get into the song, it's like one certain type of vibe, and then at the end, it changes vibe like drastically, and then you get into more of a kind of a jam type of build up, and like it's very intense, I kind of like that.
The other thing I would say that is like, even as a kid, I don't know if I've used the phrase, but my whole life I've called it fighting the fade. Where something really cool is fading out and you're like, no, and you're like turning it up. Like there's like the one I remember as a young Phil Collins, Find a Way to My Heart is the name of the song. It's on the But Seriously album.
Yeah.
and it's the best musicians in the world. And Collins, and it's this like minute and a half fade where they're in the horns and I'm just like, like at the bottom of the fade, they're just going double, like it's so yeah. Fade outs from some of that stuff.
Yeah.
So neat to me.
Yeah.
Growing up, the best things would happen when they're all sweaty and warm and going, right?
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. So yeah, so there's different, it depends, but there's different things that excites me as far as arrangement goes. And as an engineer, you need to emphasize on this. When mixing a song, I like when I get to a point, okay, if I can bring that second chorus or that bridge or that drop, like a bit more upfront, a bit more with more feeling and stuff. There's some stuff I can do as a mixing engineer to make this happen even more, to get more impact. And this is where the musical part of mixing comes in play.
Yeah.
So it's not all technical, but there's a musical part that's very important as a mixing engineer to just like make this arrangement even better, make people cry when they listen to the final version, And I want to be able to cry myself. I want to be able to like feel it and dance over it. And when I get into this part of the song, the end chorus where there's an ad lib and that singer is like just doing like very nice ad libs, and I'm like going with vocal throws and blending that up into a delay or like a saturation on top of that, and just elements that can add to the feel of the song. So this type of thing that I like as a mixing engineer.
Love it.
Yeah. So I think that covers it, eh?
I would do this all day, but we should probably end.
I think so too.
People have stuff to do.
My mom's calling.
Yeah, they got to go listen to Gilder's podcast.
Yeah, man.
Let's go. Hi, Joe.